With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, shot. Hey, hook.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete to open things up. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months. Not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a...
To the right side and intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run over center with Mitchell. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Throwing is Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Burke. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Play after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Steelers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the boots right now, the scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Now, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
2nd and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Peters. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great play there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Let's go now.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. 40 yards rushing for him now. Just his first 3 carries. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
19, Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll set up to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. You look at this Baltimore defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season. But they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Another run to Mitchell. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. A yard, all they need, but it's third down. To throw is Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. When you look at this defense, they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at about the 14. 56 yards the punt that time. 12 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. In this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. The Ravens at 14-2 heading into this final week. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Over the middle, complete. That's Walker. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. Past the 20. 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Go! Back to 60, back to 60.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good for us Steelers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. Down to the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. On the counter, Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Able to shake him off. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mitchell now off the option. And he's able to break out a one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. Throw left side complete. That's Norton. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Jackson now.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He gets it to Addison.
And he's got this down to the 35.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Looking left side of him, he's got a man. That's Peters. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Ready,
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Okay, CD, 2nd quarter, look at their deficit and where they're at on the field. They're going for this, right?
I think that they are, because down at this point, they've just made that big move. Ride the momentum wave while you can. I know people think, hey, you get...
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Elliott good on the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Touchdown! A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Get it. Ready.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Second half begins with a carry by Mitchell. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, You have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
No gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Jackson. Pilot there to grab it.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point.
2 yards to go, second down.
Walker with a grab, left side. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and a yard. But once again, it's Mitchell.
And running with power here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. On his loop for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Ravens 42, Steelers 21. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard. The end.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Come on.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
They'll set up a throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's going to air one out. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He fights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver, and as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run with Mitchell. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 3 yards out. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Steelers 21.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Dragon 60, Viking 18.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter.
And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Here we go, set.
In motion left, the tight end. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Japanese.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, Panther 60, Panther 60. Let's go.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Jackson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
But with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Throwing is Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
How about how they spread the field in their formation? All those receivers running around, and not a single one of them finds a window in that zone. Great communication on the back end. Everyone pointing out different guys in their assignments. And guess who pays the price? The quarterback as he gets dumped.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Steelers. The It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes to special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They go play action now. Jackson. They find some open field here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And some room to work. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Steelers 34. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
Dangerous return man showing it here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Peters. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completion.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. Caught along the left side by Hyatt. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down to the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Luke now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 66, Steelers 34. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Okay, ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready?
They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They give here to Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Jackson. And it is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
On his loop for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
73, Steelers 34. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown. Luke back out to kick this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try to prepare going forward.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They're going to look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Baltimore,
it's one more win to finish the season as they wrap up with a sterling 15-2 record.
and now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh,
they suffered just their 4th loss all year to bring the final mark to 13-4 overall.
And now they'll have to see how the final playoff picture